We're smooth 98.1 FM. Good morning and welcome to Business Express with Rotus Oddiri. Good morning, Rotus.
Hey, good morning, Omas. Good morning to all our clients. Good to be with you again today.
All right, clients, you're welcome. Be sure to be part of it by sending messages to 0809-444-0981. That will be WhatsApp messages this morning. Rotus, Wednesday stands before us, and that means if you and I were a team, it means we outnumber Wednesday. That's 2-1 already. So,
yes, we do.
So frontally, if you attack frontally, I go behind. We take down. Wednesday has to come down on its knees straight up without a fight.
Straight away. So
Rotus, let's get into the gist. This is a billionaire speaking, and when billionaires speak, honestly, you don't need to be advised to listen. That's what it is. Even in family parlance, they say it is a man who has money when he speaks in meetings. You have to listen. You can't leave because the man who has the money is speaking in the family. So I'm saying this now to lead us into the statement made by Nigeria billionaire Femi Otedola as he commends President Tinubu for successfully resolving the UAE visa ban on Nigeria and other issues. So, Rotus, let's get into it by breaking down a statement. Let's take the first one he said in terms of commending the president.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the statements that he made, he said that we must all commend Mr. President for his shrewd diplomacy to finally resolve this matter. And this one, what jumped out for me, he says, only a leader who understands the importance of business would appreciate the enormous opportunities to be derived from restoring business relations between both countries. And he also said, you know, the policies that he has embarked on since assuming the office are one of somebody who is not shy to take action as long as the actions are in the national interest. And he says the policy decisions will bear fruits down the line. Also saying that, look, there's a calm, he said there's a storm before the calm. Now we're going through the storm with some of the difficulties from removing subsidies and trying to liberalize the exchange rate, but the calm will come later. So the part about understanding business and, acting on that, I think it shows that you need leadership that understands how these things works. And so him being a private sector person, an investor in Nigeria, those are the people who have their money that is working for them in the country. Those are the folks that, know where things are. So it's I just thought it was important to highlight his comments because he's reacting to, and then also I think we'll also get to other members of the private sector that were celebrating this thing. So just to show you.
Yes. We would get, but before we move away from the president's visit to the UAE and the subsequent announcement that was made by the president's spokesperson, there's been a backlash of, well, this is what you are telling us is not what the other side is saying right now. So does this statement from Femi Otedola, will it in any way allay some of these kind of misgivings people have about this is not what you guys really signed out in the UAE? Yeah,
so the thing is, this is coming from I even went to the president's Twitter handle. So that's where I got the extracts from what was the outcome of the deal. And the fact that it's coming from the presidency, I mean, one should be assured that is what the outcome is. Plus, we saw the pictures, we saw him with in the UAE with their leader as well. So, yes, I mean, that plus coming from Otedola, who, of course, understands what this means. Yeah, that should allay some fears, and folks should just understand that this is the outcome that was sought after from that meeting. And there's no way one country will say one thing and the other will say the other. We will say something opposite. It's something that should be commended.
So it seems, so still staying with the Dubai issue, it seems some persons have been waiting and praying fervently for this to happen. Rotus, you sent me a video, and that video, I wish we could share that also. If you want to see that video, you have to go to Rotus's Twitter X handle, and then you could also tag us on that at Smooth981FM on X, so that the listener can see what we mean. You only get to view that and they understand. People have just been praying for that. See that? What do you make of that reaction?
Yeah, I think Again, it's a business, right? It's a travel agency that put up a video where they put big bold letters, Dubai is back, and they were screaming and cheering. So for them, it shows that, you know, Dubai is a very important destination for travel agencies, and they make money. However, the more people want to go to a destination, they book the destination for you, and they make a commission off of that. So it just, you know, goes to show that it's a popular destination. Nigerians like going there, and travel agencies are celebrating it because they're going to make money. So that's, you know, of course, the conversation we can push it further and say, well, when are we going to start celebrating our own destinations within Nigeria and so on and so forth? Well, there's a lot of work that has to go into that, but it just shows you how important, and it shows you who has leverage here in this matter between the two countries. You know, the UAE, frankly, if you look at the numbers for the number of visitors they had this year, just in the first 4 months of the year, was a lot. So it's a popular destination, and we just have to take it like that.
Rotus, you know why? Okay, I'll share a bit of why I am breaking into trying to control the laughter I've got right now. It's not out of watching. You've got some very, I don't know this. You need to give us the profile of some of these your clients you've got here on our platform. Yinka Bolu is one. We need to check out his profile. There are things anyway. But let's move on. I'll get to Yinka Bolu in a bit, but let's just move on first. So away now, so persons can't wait, their passports dusted up already. So even in the midst of all of this FX cry, we see persons who just can't wait already to go on the other side to at least.
And also there are people who do business there. There are people who purchase things there that sell them here. So it's not just leisure and it's not just holidays. There are actually folks who you know, go there for the purpose of making a living. So these things, they're all flying. This is what globalization is about. This is what, you know, diplomatic relations are about, you know. So this is why a connected nation, connected world. And so these are the fruits that are supposed to gain from it. Now, still, there are lessons, because part of the deal was that the UAE will invest billions of dollars in certain sectors in Nigeria.
Yes.
We're a bigger country, larger population, you know, we shouldn't be, you know, depending on the country that also got its money from oil, just like Nigeria, and used oil money to transform its economy the way it did. So there are lessons to be learned. We've got to be able to try, you know, manage our economy better going forward, so that we can, you know, create this kind of tourist attractions, because we can do it. So we've got everything here that they have.
All right, let's rest Dubai issues now, and let's hope that this all issues sorted out already and all is well now. Let's get to some transport matters, as we hear that the Nigerian Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO, they want the government to remove VAT on diesel. That's remove the 7.5% value-added tax on automotive gas, that's diesel. So talk to us, how does it affect transportation, and why is it important to remove it?
Well, they are saying, I don't necessarily agree with them. They are saying that it should be removed because it's making diesel more expensive, and it could disrupt transportation, because diesel, you know, unfortunately, almost everything moves by road. So when our refined petroleum comes in, it's the diesel trucks that carry them, you know, around. And so, look, other countries, they tax not just diesel, they also tax fuel. You know, Kenya, I think South Africa, there's a tax on fuel. And I don't necessarily think everybody should be charged the tax. I think people who drive cars, the big cars that come to fuel up, those people should be taxed, you know, for fuel, because that's how you raise revenue, right? So I get where they're coming from, but the government has to seek other ways of making money. So it's through taxes, you know.
And because now, in terms of haulage, most of these big haulage vehicles, they run on diesel.
Yeah. That's correct.
I'd like you to quickly help us. That's the argument, but let's also do a connection now to something that occurred yesterday. The Minister of Transportation was in Lagos to witness the first haulage of cargo using train from the ports in Lagos yesterday. Talk to us how important. I'd like you to speak on that also in relation.
Yeah, to this. It's about the diversification of your transport services. Now, of course, the truck drivers probably won't like seeing that, but then we even have pipelines. There's supposed to be pipelines that transport these things up and down the country. So it is important to have, road, rail, and other transport channels that decongest the roads. You need to have more other forms of transportation that move these goods around so that you don't have traffic and the roads. Look at, why do you think roads are constantly so, broken down and potholes? Just too many cars on there. And frankly, trucks scare me. Those big giant trucks, some of them tip over, they fall, they can catch fire. So I understand they have to make a living, but government also has to earn money as well.
Well, this next item for business this morning seemed like what you would do typically on a Friday, but you must have a reason why you threw this one into the basket. So let's just get into it a bit here. Saying Apple adds USB 3 speeds to iPhone 15 Pro. So what do you make of this?
Yeah, no, that one, sometimes a tech story will drop in the middle of the week.
Yes.
It's, Apple unveiled their iPhone 15 and they had to comply with a new ruling from the European Union that everybody should use Type-C. So that's the normal charger ports that is for all the other phones. Yes. So they said and the EU made a good point that if everybody's using different chargers for their phones, it can lead to waste. So they said that, and I think it's effective, is it 2024? So they said everybody should have the same charger. So Apple, in order to comply, they've now, for this new set of phones and going forward, all the phones will have a Type-C. But very quickly, the Apple's former present charger, it has some pins on it that protect the phone from a voltage surge. We have fluctuations in our voltage here, which protect, So one has to be careful of the type of Type-C charger because they sell them everywhere. You can pick them up and you could possibly damage your phone if you get the wrong one. So for iPhone owners and any other telephone owner, just make sure you get a proper Type-C that is purchased from somebody who is reputable, so that your phone doesn't end up getting damaged, because we know we have voltage fluctuations here and power surge here in Nigeria. So it's just something to take note of.
Rotus, let's get to the client as we close up the conversation on Business Express this morning. I've got Yinka Bolu here. It says, Omas with his motivation this Wednesday. Again, attack from rear and behind. Yesterday, that is how you went to motivate me about taking down Monday, and we and me too went to feel motivated between battling with the report due since Monday. Today, I'm still hoping to finish it up. Thanks for the motivation anyway. Now, talking about transport, he says, guys, how do we manage the business impact of the Blue Rail from Mile 2 to Marina? Because Danfo patronage on that route kind of reduced. And honestly, I'm scared of sabotage.
Well, look, his fears are noted. There's a electric vehicle charging station I just saw on Otedola depot from a bank. Some people are afraid that the petroleum people will sabotage it because they don't want to see EVs down the line. Look, competition has to come in. We need rail. We need to decongest our roads, and so the authorities have to make sure security is in place to protect those assets.
Tayo comes in with a message as we go now. Cargo by rail is an evolved way of thinking on business. It's a welcome development, a long time coming. Type-C charger stays winning. That's according to Tayo. And our final message here is from Babatunde Alao. Rotus, the major interesting part of the UAE development is the investment coming to Nigeria. In terms of transport system, train coaches can help in the area of logistics and decongesting our road. Babatunde Alao. Rotus?
Agreed. Great points from our clients as usual. Great points.
And that's how we wrap up the show this morning. Rotus, thank you very much for your time and all you do.
Thank you, Omas. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the messages. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Have a great day. And it's a wrap on Business Express. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning.